What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew. So, give me two shoes, man. You wear my wig. As always, Joseph Huggins, a.k.a. Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 125. America, the base. Welcome, motherfuckers.
How are you, sir?
I'll tell you how I am, bro. I got an atmospheric river that has 20 times the amount of water than the Mississippi River. What the fuck? I thought like it was like kind of like it's kind of like a river, not really. No, 20 times the Mississippi River out here in California. I split my tooth biting a chocolate kiss yesterday in half. Doesn't hurt though. And Brooke Burke's dog, a German Shepherd, bit me in the ass.
20 times the Mississippi River? That sounds made up.
No, that's real.
That sounds like bullshit.
That's when I saw that, I was like, whoa.
No, that sounds like that's the
yep.
same guy. He's already been born yet. And when he cries, it's 20 times the Mississippi River.
Hey. No, see, our meteorologist out here, his name is Dallas Raines. That's his real name. I don't know if it's his real name, but that's his real stage name. Actually, your boy went out on a date.
Dallas Raines.
Yeah, and he's like so over tanned and like Botoxed up. It's pretty crazy, but he's pretty good at his job. He was stumbling around though the other day. It was like I noticed it when he was like working the map. But anyways,
yeah, but he's California sober.
We don't know that. I think he might have got into some fetty or something.
He's just not sober.
He's like on that Michael Jackson propofol.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But I actually so I had a coffee date scheduled for Monday on Saturday at 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I've been working hard all week, and like we decided at that time, like Friday night, and I was like, I should have changed the time. I slept through it, stood her up at the coffee place. I hit her up at 5 o'clock when I'm like fully awake. Saturday night, tell her that I slept through it, reschedule for the next day. Met with her. It was a good date. I think I got a second date. It's not like locked down, but we're working on it. But on that date, I was like trying to come up with her weather name. She was like, because it was supposed to be pouring rain and it wasn't. She was like, I just feel like meteorologists, they just like say shit and it doesn't matter. And I was like trying to come up with a meteorologist name for her. And I had it. And then she was like, no, it has to be, for alliteration, it has to be 3 names. So I'm like trying to come up with 3 names, but it's like, no meteorologist has 3 names. Like a serial killer has 3 names. We don't need alliteration. We just need like a hint at the weather, you know?
Well, I mean, shout out, wife and husband, news anchor crew here in Dallas that I've been seeing since I was a kid. Used to come to one of my old work establishments all the time. Never paid. Always hooked them up. Only got
Why?
Because they were nice. I was like, y'all are
Never
G's.
paid.
And well, because if they would get like things that
The
weren't
weather right wrong.
No.
Like 50%
because they didn't do the weather, but they tipped hella fat, so they'd get like something small that was like inconsequential, where it's a small amount of something to begin with. Take care of that, just because I'm like, yeah, whatever, because they come in all the time and then they leave.
I see. Okay.
And then they hook somebody up. Hell yeah, But David Finfrock.
Finfrock.
He was the guy with the bow tie in fucking Dallas who held it down. I think he's 11. He's been doing the weather out here. Channel 11.
Channel 11.
Channel 11.
What are you talking?
He's 11, dog. He's on 11.
He's been doing it forever.
Deep in the game, dude. Old Finfrock, dude. Don't play no games. He's normally right.
Oh man. Fuck around and Finfrock out.
We got to come up. Oh, now I wonder what my weather name would be.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we'll just say like her name was Raquel. And for my Vanderpump Rules out there, trust your instincts if you want to know her real name. So I was saying like Raquel Raines. And then I was like, Raquel Radar Raines, because she wanted the 3.
Yeah.
She's like, that's funny, but you got to keep working on it. And I'm like, I don't think it should be 3. I don't think I should. I think the reason why I can't come up with this is because it's a stupid challenge for the 3.
No, but you got to have a different middle name that sounds like Radar, so Radar's the nickname. That's what you got to do. So you'd have to find some...
Raquel
Raquel, something with an R, then it's R-A-D. So you can make it up. Raquel Radena.
Uh,
Raquel
Raquel
Radena
Rodrigo.
Reigns. Raquel
Raquel
Radena
Rodrigo
Reigns.
Reigns. Yeah.
Signing off. Like, thank you.
There it is.
Thank you, Raquel.
We solved it. We solved it.
Yeah, I'd want some, like, old black guy name. That'd be cool. So I'd wear a bow tie, and I'd probably rock, like, fresh brown suits all the time, like a different brown suit every day. But I'd want something like...
What about a tan suit, you know?
Oh, yeah, no,
forbid.
I'd be...
God forbid.
No, I'm only doing the weather. I'm not, president.
Leading the country.
Yeah.
Like, you're not the commander-in-chief
even
of
though,
the
like,
most powerful army that's
even though
mankind's ever seen.
Reagan wore a tan suit.
Of course he did, but he was he's a white boy.
But he's Reagan. That's
He had the
different.
complexion for the protection.
Yeah, he's one of us. He's on our side.
Right, we're out here in Reagan country. Me and the Iron Ape were driving by. We saw Nancy Bush Park out here.
Damn.
The Reagan country's deep. They're just giving out parks to like their buddies' wives.
No, I gotta give a shout out though. So in this true story, some
Just say Nancy Bush.
no, well, it's a Reagan thing. So I don't know if I've talked about this on the pod, but like, so my grandpa was a writer for a really long time, for like the AP, worked for the Associated Press, L.A. Times. He used to interview like famous people, but before that, well, he started out doing actors. He had wound up with the AP, doing kind of whatever he wanted. But whenever he was young and in like way back in the day, and he was working for the LA Times in the entertainment section, he interviewed Ronald Reagan when he was an actor. And this is like no shit. I'll show you. You'll have to just come to my grandma's house.
When was he not an actor? You know what I'm saying, guys?
True. But then when my grandpa got bigger and he was running for governor, he was working for the LA Times, doing more politics stuff and was getting out of entertainment. My grandpa interviewed him a bunch and they became kind of buddies. Then my grandpa was the lead correspondent for the Associated Press for the Reagan campaign. So it's really trippy. So whenever it's like my grandpa and my grandma went to like the Nancy Reagan's birthday party at the White House, all sorts of wild photos.
Hella drugs there, I bet.
Like crazy. Don't
Thanks, Nancy. Just say no, you dumb bitch.
But it's wild because like obviously our politics completely differ. But like, yeah, I mean, there's pictures and photo albums that my grandma flipped through. That's like them at the White House, them doing this because they met when he was like in his 20s.
Dude, are you a Republican psyop, bro?
No.
Did they? Are you just one of these Republicans?
But what's even weirder
who adopted a black boy.
What's even weirder is I got into politics.
Matt Gates' child.
I got into politics and everything because of my grandpa, and if I wanted to watch, like, because he had all sorts of, this is before Netflix, before streaming, so he had to like have a VHS tape to have something to fucking watch, especially when I was really little. He had tons of crazy shit. Like to this day, like Hanna-Barbera tapes and stuff, because he would interview those guys and get a bunch of wild shit and bring it home and get it from the studios. So if I wanted to,
what's Hanna-Barbera again? Because like I know Hanna-Barbera like the cartoon.
Well, yeah, like the cartoons, but they made
What's crazy about that?
Well, no, he just had tons of like VHS tapes of like all. I know. I'm just saying, like it was.
Oh man, you had Hanna-Barbera. I thought that was like some.
You just gotta realize.
Deep state shit.
You gotta realize. I grew up in a house with like.
Joe Rogan just got 250 million more. You know.
Sorry, man. I grew up in a house full of all girls, so there was no way I was watching any cartoons that nobody else wanted to fucking watch or anything.
You were watching 90210.
And I was watching. Oh yeah, I was watching all that other stuff, and
Max's.
Thoroughly enjoyed it, but
you still owe me $1,000
to get out of here. But there he had like all sorts of movies like African Queen or all sorts of crazy old movies that won Best Picture because he was in film, so he had all sorts of cool shit. But if I wanted to,
he was like in the Academy, so like he got like for your consideration.
Yeah, I mean, I think I told the story on the pod where the first time I saw boobs in a movie was because of my grandpa. We were watching Under Siege 2, and there's a satellite image part in the beginning where it zooms in. And the chick rolls over, and my mom's like...
That explains your delayed adolescence because it took you that long to see boobs. Was Under Siege 2. That's late in the game, bud.
Or was
I was seeing boobs. I was seeing boobs up in the nursery. I was just all up in the titties.
This is what I'm saying
milk like it was crack.
This is what I'd say. Is in an open setting, somebody telling my mom to shut up whenever boobs are on the screen, and her being like, Joseph, my grandpa's like, shut up, like let him see some boobs or something, like completely in front of like my grandma, my sisters. I was like, hell yeah, grandpa, holding it down. But what I was trying to get at is if I wanted to watch any of that stuff, I'd have to watch the news with my grandpa. He'd sit there and he would watch, and he'd
So
watch Jeopardy.
there was a titties to news exchange,
Yeah,
right?
kind of. Yeah, it was like if you want to see titties when we're
You gotta
watching,
get some Walter Cronkite. Oh,
you
no,
know,
I guess you're not that old.
you gotta learn about like Boris Yeltsin and what's going on in Russia. And so
Right.
I'd watch
His drunk ass coming down like the outside naked ordering a pizza
being like my heart's.
out in D.C. Come on, Boris. And Putin. You wonder why Putin's embarrassed.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'll gladly watch the news with you. So that's how I got into it in the first place, was because of him. But we have completely differing views. Where it's like, I wonder what I wonder what his take would be on everything that's going on right now. He'd probably be
Shit, man. Like Ronald
furious.
Reagan couldn't even get it. Ronald Reagan couldn't win a primary.
He'd probably be furious. His head would probably be spinning.
Nikki
for sure.
Haley be just throwing jabs at him on Saturday Night Live, dude.
Hey, well, before we get into therapy questions, I just like sent you this. I don't know if you saw. So this Gina Carino, she was in The Mandalorian. She got fired for tweeting some shit about COVID and about a bunch of other shit, and got fired. Now she's suing Disney and Lucasfilm, and Elon Musk, our boy, is paying for it. That's what he said. To foot the legal
boy,
bill.
that's what we're saying.
And he said, and he tweeted out, "Does anybody else want to join our lawsuit against Disney?" Elon Musk is anyone who claims to have been discriminated against due to their activity on his platform is helping fund the lawsuit through X. As a sign of X Corp's commitment to free speech, we're proud to provide financial support for Gina Carino's lawsuit, empowering her to seek vindication of her free speech rights on X and ability to work without bullying, harassment, or discrimination.
Dude, they're going up against the Marvel Universe, man. X versus Marvel. This is so stupid. Like,
And
what does Elon have anything to do with this at all? He just what?
Yeah.
Does he have the money to fund this?
Yeah,
I thought he just lost 55.
Lucasfilms in 2021 announced that Corona would not be returning to the hit series after sharing a post in which he said, "Most people today don't realize that to get to the point to where blank soldiers could easily round up thousands of blanks, the government would first need to." Yeah, she was basically posting kind of anti-Semitic things on Twitter. I'm going to stop reading there. But got let go, and then said they were twisted.
So was she
And
recently let go?
demonized. No, this was back in
This was back when, like, during the pandemic,
yeah, there was 2001. Suit says that Disney's required
2021.
2021 is when she was told she's not coming back. Was paid $25,000 per episode as a guest actor, and later negotiated a one-time $5,000 bonus to meet with the representative of the Gay and
She's a
Lesbian
guest
Alliance.
actress. Like, get out of here. Like, expendable.
Oh, this is just Elon trying to do something.
Yeah, dude. What is wrong with him?
Engaged in a post-termination smear campaign citing the abrupt removal of an episode Running Wild with Bear Gillis, in which she appeared from the show's scheduled lineup in an effort to malign her. That the episode eventually aired, Disney allegedly omitted any mention of her name and likeness in the promotional materials. But right, they have.
Is this retribution? Because remember, Elon is the one who launched Ron DeSantis' campaign that fucking miserably failed. God knows how much money Elon put in there. Probably none. Probably had like other people do it because I don't know. It's Elon. But then, and then now like the failed, so that didn't work. And Ron purposefully went to against Disney before he got into the campaign, like try to go hard right, and that was like everybody was like what, and then it failed. So now what? Like Elon's like trying to like get retribution on Disney. Like still, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, where does it said amid hardening position on issues such as gender politics and race, and the Republican Party, Ron DeSantis made holding woke corporations accountable one of his main pillars of his failed presidential campaign. Last year, he assumed control of the special tax district that controls development around Disney, in a move that would intend to retaliate against the company for voicing opposition to the law that limits classroom discussions of sexuality and gender. Yeah, I mean,
Calling Ron DeSantis is calling it a failed presidential campaign is
nice.
not doing it justice. Like that was like a career ender. You're done in politics.
Not in Florida.
Yeah, because he's gonna be term limited out. Then what? Be senator? No.
Senator DeSantis. He
Oh, he
could
wants that shit.
no, because he would just like quote his presidential. He's like, when I was running for president.
I know, but I think Florida is probably like embarrassed by him now. For the audio audience,
No,
Justin's doing a
thank
DeSantis
you.
smile.
Oh no,
God damn, DeSantis.
I can't
Stop
not have
smiling
those.
on the pod. That's DeSantis. It's not good. That's probably what he was doing when he was launching his campaign on Twitter Spaces in audio format.
Yeah,
So
like
no, yeah,
practicing in the
yeah, like
mirror.
people like Barack. What did he do? It he went to like Lincoln, Nebraska, I think, Lincoln, Illinois. That's where he went. Lincoln, Nebraska, Lincoln, Illinois, like where Abraham Lincoln. I think that's what it sounds right. Sounds right. Maybe Illinois, where Lincoln was from. And that's where the Lincoln part comes in. But you know what I'm saying. He went to like a historic site. DeSantis did it on Twitter on audio that like cut out.
Yeah,
That's
it
all.
was just mostly like Elon Musk rambling about shit in the background.
Right.
Like it's about to crash.
All right, y'all. As we do. Oh yeah. Also, so yeah, Brooke Birkstock bit me in the ass. So listen to this horror story. So like uh after like you've cleaned like and like taken care of someone's like pool, take a picture, uh put it in the app. uh this kid who shall not be named uh, took a picture, put it in the app, and the owners call back horrified because their dog had died in the jacuzzi, and they saw it in the picture. He took a picture of the jacuzzi saying that he cleaned it, and there was a dead dog in the jacuzzi in the picture. Dark alert. Is that
Jesus.
insane? How are you doing? You come the fuck on. That's insanity.
This kid works with you?
No, he this is from the past. He was fired, but
Oh my.
this happened. When I heard about that, I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "I have to say this on the podcast. That's insane."
Dude, there was some guy the other day. I was walking the dog, and there was some dude out there kind of yanking his dog around and being pretty violent with it, dude. Dude, I laid into this dude's ass. I ripped this dude's ass in the middle of the street. Then he looked scared shitless. But I was
You
like,
yelled at him?
oh, fuck yeah, I did. I saw him. He was walking this little, maybe fuzzy little teddy bear terrier. It had to weigh like 12 pounds, dude. And it's on some little harness, right? It's some little punk ass, like 18, 19-year-old kid walking this dog. And I'm about to walk back around, loop in front of our offices, and he walks out and starts going across the parking lot. And this dude's like yanking on this dog. Like, this dog's stumbling over itself.
Jesus.
And I'm standing there and I'm like, I can't not say something. This guy's why he obviously lives in this complex area that I'm at. He's within walking distance of me. Like, I can't just let this rando kid wander the fuck off, yanking on this dog like that.
Right.
So I fucking follow him. So I go, and I got
Oh, God.
my dog Topanga with me, and he's walking, and he gets about halfway down the street, and he obviously stops to turn around and go back. And he stops, turns around, and I'm just standing there.
Bro, this is how I hear about you on the news, dude.
And
Man.
no,
You
I
do
just
shit
told
like
him.
this.
I know. I didn't threaten him or anything.
No, I know, but
I told him, I was like,
you
hey,
were just
dude.
jogging, bro.
I was like, hey, dude. Like, because he saw me coming out of the complex. So there's no way he hasn't seen me before. And I said, like, hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing yanking on that dog like that, man? That's not fucking cool. And I was like, nah, man, that's fucked up. And I told him, I was like, I live in here too, man. And if I see you doing some shit like that again, I'm going to fucking call the cops. It's like, I doubt that's your dog. I bet that's like your mom's dog. I bet you if I went to your place and told whoever's dog that is that you're doing that, they'd be pretty fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah.
I was like, so knock it the fuck off. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I can't believe I'll never do it again. I'm sorry.
Seriously?
Yeah, dead ass. This dude shrunk and got tiny and was like, literally was standing on one foot with his arms up and his knee curled up to his side. And was going like, okay, okay, okay. And I was probably like 20 feet from him. But I was,
Don't you ever. Don't you ever.
but I was yelling. I was fucking ripping his ass.
That's nice. A little life lesson for him.
And he was like, sorry, I'm really sorry. And he was like, have a good night. And I go fuck yourself. That's what I told him. And walked off. Fuck yeah.
Dude, he doesn't know how honored he is. That
And
you
then
gotta
I
go fuck yourself from Joseph in person.
And then I, you know.
People from 45 different countries.
Man, and then I filed a complaint on his ass.
Oh, you did?
Fuck yeah, I did, dude. You're beating the shit out of this dog. You're tossing it around. Like, it's the same thing. The other day on the pod, I was telling you, there was some dog that ran across the street, and I ran across the street into traffic. Like, I love dogs, man. Dogs, and especially if that dog's so small, so tiny. That's so inappropriate. That's so over the top, man. Like, I mean, you don't need to, and it was on this retractable leash. So the dog's like taking off into this open lot, and then he's like clicking it to stop it short, and then yanking on it when he's doing it. So it's like flipping backwards, man.
Jesus.
I'm like, dude, what? And I couldn't not say something. Just like when I saw some woman standing in like a crop top and some capri pants.
And titties came out, and her titties
and
came out.
and being standing in a parking lot, and there's two dogs running around like crazy, and one of them runs into towards the highway, and she's like, oh my God, help me get these dogs. I'm like, well, you go after that one that's not in the highway, I'll go this way. Like, I mean, I don't know, like, you know, you have moments to do the right thing, but fuck that kid, dude. Like, that kid, that's clown ass shit. And he looked like he was stunned. Like, he didn't think he saw me, so he tried to like dip. And then I don't think
What do you think? Just nobody's ever checked him before in his life. Like, he had no idea that like what he was doing was like being a piece of shit.
I mean, this kid was he was skinny,
just a Gen Z, just like
skinny,
in a VR headset,
skinny,
incel.
No, he's like a skinny black guy, pretty feminine. So because he was just kind of like and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And that's all I said was like, what are you doing? Like, that's so inappropriate. And like, yeah, busted. So he looked like he shit his pants.
Well, a good deed done.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Topanga's
not by the guy taking the picture.
Meanwhile, and Topanga's going dummy. Like, she doesn't fuck around. She's not the biggest dog, but she's not small. But she's like, hey, fuck you, dude. So look on his face was priceless. But if you see somebody fuck them with a dog, man, say something. That's not cool, dude.
That's right.
Piss me off.
And get your dog spayed and neutered.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Oh, please get your dog vaccinated. If you're not going to get your kids vaccinated, at least get your animals vaccinated, please.
Unless it's an mRNA, then, you know.
Yeah, then, you know.
Fuck. Then who the fuck knows?
That's how dogs take over the world. That's incredible.
Therapy question number 1. Would you?
Dude, hold on. That would be such a good bit if you just like went to the vet and were like an anti-vaxxer at the vet. So you were just questioning all the vaccine for your pets. Like, and you're like, I'm vaccinated.
That's definitely got to exist.
There's got to be.
Because there's probably laws that's like you have to have your dog like certain vaccinations, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's got to have a rabies vaccination probably.
Yeah, like you couldn't take it to
get
like,
it registered.
You couldn't take it to like Banfield or some shit.
You couldn't take it to like couldn't take it to that bougie dog park I used to go to in Santa Monica. That's for damn show.
Oh, I forgot about
background checks.
I forgot about that stupid place. Background checks, dude. What a hustle. Who owns that? That's genius. Yeah. We're gonna have I want to build the most exclusive dog
I still haven't
park.
taken myself off the emails or the text chain because it's just amazing. The amount of events they have. Like they have the yoga now. They got like they have movie screenings where you come with your dog. They have like all sorts of shit. They have like spa days. You know, they have like master class.
Dude, that's awesome. It's like Toastmasters and your dog. You're like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. That's
what it is.
Incredible.
All right. Therapy question number 1. Would you rather live in a world without borders or a world without poverty?
Probably without poverty.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, I mean, I think,
Borders are tight.
yeah, I mean, world without borders, I don't know. That'd be confusing as fuck. Um,
For a second, I guess. It's like Eckhart Tolle says, imagine if you had nothing. There was no past, there was no future, and there was nothing. Then what? It's like just the borders are gone, man. Then what?
like, where are you?
But then if we still have poverty, it's just mass fucking chaos, dude.
America. Nothing. Everybody be an American. They'd be like, nah, man, I'm a Texan.
It wouldn't matter anymore.
I want my border back, stateside.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, no poverty. That's solving every issue.
yeah, no poverty be lit.
Yeah, because that solves every fucking issue. It's like wars, like the Syrian civil war started off because there was a drought. Like if nobody's in poverty, that means they have
Everybody be
like
like
Maslow's
singing,
hierarchy of needs.
clapping hands and shit. That'd be tight. Sean Paul would come out with a new
'Cause
album.
then like borders are just like it's just like culture,
Sean,
like culture, like that's what makes like humans like rich and shit, and like rich like in life and spirituality and shit, like more not rich like in money.
yeah, yeah, definitely poverty because world without borders. I mean, that's not you're just
Yeah, well, how can we start wars, motherfuckers? How can I brag about how many countries listen to the podcast if we didn't have any borders, dude?
yeah, it'd be like yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, come on, man. Therapy question number 2. Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds try to attack you when they see you?
Ooh, maybe.
I have to say birds because I love dogs. I don't want dogs. I want my dog attacking me.
Yeah, but I mean, most dogs are gonna be restrained and good. So yeah, like I guess for your own dog that would be shitty. For your own dog that would suck. But man, there's times where you're like driving to work and it's about to rain and there's like 300 birds on a wire. That's you're
where's
gonna
that?
yeah, in Texas all the fucking time where they'll be lined up. And if you stop at that stoplight, they're gonna come after you and start bombing your car. That's gonna be horrifying. Getting
So you're saying
attacked.
that there's rarely ever 300 dogs lined
Yeah,
up.
exactly. It's gonna be one on one with the dog. I gotta escape. I don't want to fuck this dog up. I gotta get out.
How are you
Gotta
gonna live
shut
in a
it.
dogless world though?
Close. I mean, that's a dark. It's a dark world, man. But that's what I'd have to do. I'd have to do
Dog.
it, and then I would try to escape for the betterment of the dogs. I move somewhere with no dogs
Birds
on the
have
property.
no borders. They have
I
no
live in
leashes.
an apartment complex where dogs aren't allowed. Like I'd be one of those people.
Yeah,
Like oh no
yeah.
pets, perfect. I'd be one of those fucking people. But I would rather do that than be like attacked by like 200 birds.
Would you have
on
like one crazy ass falcon still wants to attack you, but will attack all of the other birds that want to come
Well,
and attack you?
you're out. You're on some.
You're on the dice with one falcon trying to.
It wouldn't
play
be
it.
just one falcon though. The falcon would team up with small birds that the falcon was hunting before. You bump into an owl at night. It'd try to fuck you up. If you were out hiking with some bitch and it's like, oh look,
There's conspiracy.
Well no, because you're a bird, so they'd want to kill you first.
What happened to that boy?
There's so many different types of birds that are just roaming around that I'm not fucking with that, man. That's a terrible idea. Rolling with birds is way worse because so I'm saying you could be out hiking, you accidentally come across some dead moose on a hike, and there's just like 3 big ass vultures there. They're done with that and they're attacking you, and now you're gonna have 3 big
You're
ass
on a hike.
vultures.
How many dogs are you gonna run into on that hike, homie? Come on.
Yeah, but they're gonna be on a leash. It's just
Every
gonna
hike
be,
is a problem for you.
and then I'll just be like, yeah,
Every
exactly.
dog wants to fuck your day up.
Hey,
You're ruining other people's days because now their dog's like the crazy one.
Hey man, that just means that all I would say is 100% of the dogs that I come in contact with are racist. That's all I'd say. As a black guy, I'd be like, hey, why is your dog barking?
You're pulling the race card hard.
100%. I'd have to be like, hey, I love dogs, but dogs don't seem to love me. I don't get it, and then they always would bark at me, right? So you play it off.
My white privilege doesn't work here.
Yeah, I could play it off. My black disadvantage could play to my. But then birds, they'd be like, yo, dude, these birds are attacking you everywhere we go.
That's a problem.
We
Like
bought
people,
we
you,
bought
like that's like
5 windshields.
that's how when people start calling you like a witch.
Yeah, dude. That's how you get exiled. You get kicked out of the village.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know, man. Like the like birds sense something about you,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, first of all, birds aren't real. Forgot about that part.
And then if I'm the only black, if I just make sure I insulate myself in an exclusively white circle of people for the most part, I could claim that the dog is racist because then it'd always be barking and trying to attack me. I'd always be the only black guy there, so then it'd be like, oh man, what's wrong with this dog? And they'd be like,
And
oh,
then like, and you could cash in on the back end, start like schools on how to like to make your dog not racist,
yeah,
because all these people would be like, oh my god, who knew that we had this problem? And you're the Pied Piper, man. You brought the snakes in.
yeah.
Now you're getting paid to get the
Well,
snakes out.
and then and I don't gotta worry about getting attacked by like just hummingbirds. Like oh look, I love these, I love bird watching, and you're just like, I really like this chick. She's into bird watching. Gotta be careful.
Ooh.
And you gotta like,
What happened to that boy?
yeah, why didn't you show up? Oh, because birds want to murder me. Every bird I've ever seen's tried to kill me. Imagine explaining that to
movie,
someone.
dude.
Imagine
That's a movie trailer. Like you started off. Every bird I've ever seen has tried to kill me, and it goes into like Alfred Hitchcock's birds. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude.
It's like, what's wrong with these fucking birds?
Get these motherfucking birds off
this
this
summer.
motherfucking
This summer,
birds
yeah.
is back. You thought Alfred Hitchcock had a huge cock.
Yeah.
2024.
Will Smith.
Will Smith and
Jennifer Lopez. And Jesse Ventura. Do you think the birds are trying to kill us? Well, you tell me.
oh, R.I.P. Front of the pod, Carl Weathers, man.
Yeah, bro.
Can you imagine? We bring him up on the pod.
Shout out.
Who else are you gonna kill, Justin?
I wasn't even talking bad about him. I was saying he's a badass. He's in everything.
About
I
his
was like,
3 and cleans. We talk about his 3 and cleans.
I was like, dude, like he's just been in so much shit and was such an icon, and that's
Unbelievable.
crazy that we were talking about. Yeah, we was talking about
Such
him.
a big star. He was like he was on the scroll on CNN and ESPN.
Yeah, well, because he's a linebacker. He played football. He's a fucking monster, man. Carl Weathers was a beast.
Double fisting.
And then, you think about just Rocky. You go from like Predator, Rocky, just those two alone.
You know how like Donald Trump does the double fist dance, where he's like, that's originally Carl Weathers 3 and cleans, 2 3 and cleans at a time.
And then
shoulder height.
Then you see he does like Arrested Development and plays himself as an acting coach and is hilarious in a completely different role where he's like Tobias's acting coach. It's just like absurdly ridiculous. Yeah, shout out Carl Weathers, man. R.I.P.
R.I.P. dog. Friend of the pod. Here's the question number 3. Would you rather be controlled like a puppet for 2 hours a day, or be stuck in solitary confinement for 2 hours a day?
So I can do whatever I want, and then 2 hours a day, I'm either controlled like a puppet or I'm put in solitary confinement.
Is it really solitary confinement if it's 2 hours?
I take solitary confinement.
Yeah, it's like what, I could just like nap for 2 hours?
Well, nap, meditate.
I didn't think about that.
Stretch,
Yeah,
do push-ups and
solitary
shit.
confinement is only torture because it's 23-hour lockdown shoot program. That's why it's like inhumane. But 2 hours like to chill a day, I think a lot of people would take that. Now, do you have to go through the process getting booked in prison?
So you're saying that you think the Supermax is inhumane?
Oh, for sure. It's been like the UN has already like said that a long time ago.
Yeah. Some people are like, well, it's necessary.
I don't know, but I just know that it's bad and it's against human rights. It violates human rights.
The lifespan of those Supermax prisons are really short. Actually, they supposedly don't last very long.
What do you mean, like like the actual prison.
Yeah, like the prison and like the
Wow, they
upkeep. I
just
mean,
upgrade.
and then it's like, yeah, there's just something new
Is there
that
just
they'll do.
money in it? They're just money in it to build
Yeah,
another one, a bigger,
yeah,
better one, dude. Yeah, of course, that's
and then
America.
it leaves like small towns that build around them like in shambles and all sorts of shit. Private
God.
prisons. Yeah, because being controlled like a puppet, it's like by who, motherfucker? Like
Exactly.
I don't know. I want some
I don't want to do that
random.
at all.
Yeah, that does none of that sounds appealing to me.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
like
know though, but like with my dominatrix though, she does that. The 2 hours would be expensive, so I'm getting it for free.
yeah, but when I think like a
I'm
puppet,
getting it for free.
I think like controlling me like a puppet, not like I'm tied up and they're telling me what to do.
My safe word is possibly.
Okay,
All right.
big info there.
Therapy question number 4. Final therapy question. Would you rather be universally loved but have no close relationships, or be universally disliked but have one deep, fulfilling relationship?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's probably one of the better ones you've had in a while. Universally.
I think universally loved, because to be universally disliked is like too much of a problem for to have one fulfilling, deep relationship to make up for it. Universally liked, I'll get by on that, dude.
Yeah, just have it all be superficial. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Universally loved, it says. Jeez.
Oh yeah, universally loved. Because universally disliked would be difficult, and then if you just have that one meaningful relationship, what happens? What happens if something happens to that? Then you're
Yeah, it'd
just
be
like,
toxic because everybody hates you.
yeah. So you'd
You
be
would just be a
like,
toxic person in general. There's nothing you could do about it.
yeah, and you'd be like super insecure about it. You go through waves of like being insecure
You,
and
who
then not
the fuck's
caring.
universally disliked? You know what I'm saying? Like, even like certain people get pulled.
O.J. Simpson. There's people that like O.J.
Oh yeah,
Simpson.
yeah, of course. Congress has like 3%.
Roman Polanski. People like Roman Polanski.
Who doesn't, dude? What a great character, that French fuck.
People like Woody Allen. Just naming gross people.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
All right. Well, there it goes for the therapy questions. Now we can get into the current events, the topics of the day. Joseph, the articles. Sir.
First article. There is an appeals court ruled today that Donald Trump does not have presidential immunity.
Oh man, well that's insane. He can't kill his political rivals.
Yeah, Donald Trump does not have political immunity and can be prosecuted on charges for plotting to overturn the 2020 election. The U.S. court has ruled. Trump has claimed that the landmark legal case that he was immune from criminal charges for acts he said fell within his duties as president. But Tuesday's unanimous ruling in D.C. struck down that claim. It's a setback for Trump, who has for years cited presidential immunity while battling multiple cases. We cannot accept former Trump's claim that a president has unbounded authority to commit crimes that would neutralize neutralize the most fundamental check on executive power, the recognition and implementation of election results. The 3-judge panel in U.S. Court of Appeals, D.C. Circuit, wrote in the opinion. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, like, duh, but also like that this was like super, super thorough and like complete. They went step by step, and it was like unanimous. And the Supreme Court shouldn't even take this up, and the only reason why they would was to help Trump and delay it. Straight up.
Yeah, for the purpose of this criminal case, former President Trump has become Citizen Trump with all the defenses of any other criminal defendant.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're just saying like you can't be the president and then be the one who has the only power to break all the laws.
Yeah, if immunity is not granted to a president, every future president who leaves office will be immediately indicted by the opposing party. Without complete immunity, a president of the United States would not be able to properly function. That's such bullshit.
He's such an idiot because we've been doing it for 250 fucking years.
Yeah, so you've just tried to make that the new culture.
You're just saying shit.
You're just like trying to speak it into existence.
Yeah, it's like, no.
That's wild.
Dude, this guy keeps like, dude, everybody's like, like he might be like, there's polls out now saying Biden's pulling ahead. But like this guy keeps losing, dude. This guy keeps losing everything. It's like falling apart. Like any objective standard, if you're looking at it, just every lawsuit, all this money, it's just one after another after another. Then the crimes are coming. Then he's going to prison, dude. Like he's haunting us. But I mean, it is not looking good, man. Like he is failing. He and
The three judge panel, however, said granting a president immunity would pose a threat to the balance of power in the U.S. government, whose three distinct branches are supposed to serve as a check on the other. Former President Trump's, this is what they said, former President Trump's alleged efforts to remain in power despite losing the 2020 election were, if proven, an unprecedented assault on the structure of our government. That's wild.
yeah, because it's true.
We cannot accept that the office of the presidency places its former occupants above the law for all time thereafter, the three judges said, two Democratic appointees and one Republican. That's crazy. That's basically what he's wanting. But
I
they
know.
but they
But
said
he's also
no.
giving that power to Biden if they were to like say yeah, like on that. But it's like all it takes is four of the nine justices to say they want to hear it, and then the Supreme Court will take it. But on Thursday, they're hearing the Colorado case whether or not to keep them on the ballot, and they're gonna live stream the audio because they don't let cameras in the Supreme Court, but they're gonna live stream the oral arguments Thursday morning if you're interested
Ooh, that's pretty
to
cool.
find out if he's an insurrectionist who's not allowed to be running for president, which clearly he is.
Yeah, Trump's argument is so weak and the Court of Appeals decision so thorough and well done. I can see SCOTUS voting to not hear it. That's what Neil Katyal, a prominent lawyer who argued cases before the top court, predicted on X. Says that they probably won't even touch it. What the Court of Appeal said very politely, very dryly, is you're not even close, Trump. Not one of these arguments passes the last test. Damn. So, I mean, we'll see, but yep, he is
I mean,
not
it was just a delay
immune.
tactic. But now we have that on the now because it's never been asked before, so now we have that precedent. Boom.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, to get
I
that
guess
out
we
of the way.
needed that. Took us 250 fucking years to get
Well,
that.
that had to also happen for him to be criminally prosecuted and to move forward with that. So like we'll see if
Right.
they'll probably vote to not hear it.
Well, he has till Monday to appeal it to the Supreme Court. So a week from yesterday.
I'm sure if that comes their way, they'll either shoot it down or accept it quickly. Well, maybe one would hope, but probably
They've
not.
moved pretty quickly on this Colorado thing, so I would hope that they just say like, yeah, this is not worth the time.
I
It's
don't
like
think it's
it's
gonna.
a delay tactic, and but maybe that's what they're doing. I don't think that Trump has the players in the Supreme Court that a lot of people think. Just because he got them in there doesn't mean that he's like controlling them. I think these billionaires might want Trump out of here. So I don't know. Like I think that the politics of the Supreme Court is not as predictable as people think.
No, I would say it's not, but they've been predictable on the issues that we were worried about.
True, true, true. I'm saying in this whole presidential shit, what's going on?
Yeah, I think that some of
There
them.
could be a wild card out here. Like Neil Gorsuch has like he's like on like the record saying shit like where like Trump shouldn't be allowed to be running for president. Like when he was in the lower court, and it's like a written like fucking like case.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
yeah, we shall. Next article from NPR. Scientists explore whether to add Category 6 designation for hurricanes.
Oh, so we're gonna turn this up to 11.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. So they're just like, we got to make a bigger number for hurricanes because they're getting so bad and catastrophic. Hurricanes are rated on a scale of 1 to 5 depending on their wind
That's
speeds.
like when like Trump came out with the Sharpie, remember? And
Yeah.
he's like, and the hurricane's gonna hit here in Alabama too, or whatever it was.
And
And it was
everyone
like,
was like,
yeah,
bruh.
that is a Trump move. That's like a space force. Hurricane.
There's so many things that we forget. It's like such a running reel. If somebody took a clip of all of the stupid shit he did and said, and
Yeah.
like speeches, rallies, on the news,
But yeah,
interviews, it would be like a 4 hour long movie.
but yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Crank it up to six, dude.
Yeah, the
Climate change doesn't exist, y'all. Allegedly.
yeah, the higher the speed, the higher the category. But as climate change allegedly makes powerful storms more common, it may be necessary to add a sixth category, according to leading hurricane researchers. Was introduced. This was the the Saffir-Simpson scale was introduced in the 1970s, and it's been used by forecasters around the world. Um,
This is just another example of Biden's inflation, dude.
Yeah, with Category 5, 157 miles per hour in the wind speed. Now they're trying to get it up to where there's a Category 6. Pros at Category 5 should include hurricanes with maximum sustained winds of 157 to 192. Category 6 should have anything with winds above 192 miles an hour.
Uh, 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 Not to break this up, but just came across. Nikki Haley loses in Nevada to none of these candidates was the other option.
So she won Nevada?
No, she lost.
Oh.
More people picked none of these candidates than her. She was the only option.
Oh, damn. That's not real.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That can't be real.
Yeah, because in Nevada they did caucuses and
Oh.
primaries, and she was the only one on the primary other than none of these and candidates. And more people picked none of these instead of her.
Oh.
None of these nuts.
I gotta see this. No way.
We're breaking news here. Even though, I guess, yeah, we're on the live stream. Come on, man. Anyways, category 6 hurricanes, y'all. Deal with it. It was only a matter of time. While Joseph's researching. This is why we need interns, dude.
Oh, that's just because people aren't voting for because they can't because Trump's not on the ballot.
Right, because they decided to make a caucus, and then they extorted everybody who wanted to join the caucus $50,000 of money, and then they told people to, because Trump wasn't on the primary, to go vote for none of these candidates. So it was just Nikki Haley or that, and so she lost to that. It's kind of sad, just to embarrass her.
Mike Pence got 4.2% of the vote.
Ooh,
Brutal.
crushing.
Brutal, brutal. Damn, that's bad. What dicks?
All right.
But yeah, they're talking about busting out a larger scale. I mean, obviously it makes sense. We've seen these hurricanes and these big ass storms, and now they're saying the speeds are going up. I don't know how people deny climate change or that.
I think we're done. With
Are
that.
we done? Are we though?
Close? Have to be.
We're not close enough. The fact that we're just like close is a problem.
I think we're done denying it. Now it's more about what to do about it.
Or what's? But are we think? Do you think people? Well, no. There's still a debate on what's causing it.
Well, not a serious one. Not like there used to be. Like the oil companies have like succumbed to their evidence that they got back in the 60s.
And they're like, yeah, all right, we've been lying.
We knew.
Shit,
we
man,
knew,
you caught me,
y'all.
man. I was fucking around. We were just fucking around, weren't we, man?
Shit, we just some good
we
old
were just
boys
fucking
down
around.
south. We just found some oil.
All right, man. We'll give you all right.
Yeah.
I'll give you $10 million to split up. All 100,000 of you.
You fucking peasants.
All 100,000 of you. How's that sound? You fucking idiots. Global warming's melting their brains. I got unlimited HVAC in here. Got 100% full AC. Yeah, no. I mean, it makes sense. That's kind of scary that we would have to. That we're having to create more powerful categories as our storms continue to get more and more powerful.
Yeah, but I mean, we already knew that they were. Who gives a shit? It's like when George Bush put like remember the terror alert, and it'd be like green, yellow, pink, and we didn't even know what the fucking shit was. And then of course politics would come around, they like, if something was going on, they'd raise the terror alert, and then everybody would be like, oh, on edge, but it's like we don't even know what the fuck that meant, like, so it's just like
It's
category shit.
cyan, you guys. It's cyan. It ain't
Yeah,
never been.
that's
It
how it
ain't never
was.
been there before.
Yeah, and then yeah, they were like, get rid of this. This is insane. Like you're like,
Threat level periwinkle. Oh
yeah,
fuck, man, periwinkle.
manipulating the American people with colors. You know,
We've gone through all the colors of the goddamn ink cartridge. This is wild, man.
Dude, I forget. Is blue good or is it,
Uh,
it's like I have no fucking clue.
am I fucked? Are we fucked?
Are we fucked?
If I or did we fuck? I don't remember, man. These terror days are getting to me. Yeah, I remember that. It's the same like whenever in Texas and they have the air quality and they're like it's. I'm sure it's like the same in LA. Like the air quality is like it's like it's always orange. It's always those signs say like yeah, don't go outside, don't do stuff that makes you breathe hard outside. It'll say that like all summer. I'm like yeah, no shit. Like you don't need to put that on a sign. If you're out there running around, breathing heavy and passing out, like come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It's 100. It's 100. It's 108.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
It is. All right.
Man, that's just
So now we're moving on to
spooky.
a failed impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas. What a clusterfuck from the Republicans in the House.
Yeah, House Republicans failed to pass articles of impeachment for Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas, scuttling an effort that was widely seen as an opportunity to deliver a key promise to GOP base voters. The vote was stuck in a tie for several minutes as leaders scrambled, but in the end, 4 Republicans voted against the measure, and the final vote was 214 to 216. Pretty crazy. I was seeing this thing where Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, they had hidden votes come out of nowhere, and it was like I guess there was a Democrat who was in the hospital and has been sick, and what they didn't think they were gonna be able to make
He pulled it out.
and then he ended up coming in and voting anyways,
Dramatic.
and they didn't expect him to come in, and they were fucking pissed that he showed up and voted. I'm pretty sure he went in, voted, and went back to the hospital. Republicans immediately moved to bring back the resolution up for another vote, but it's unclear whether or if it will eventually happen. Republican leader Steve Scalise was absent, as expected to return to the Capitol this month.
Oh, Steve.
2 articles charged Mayorkas with willful and systemic refusal to comply with the law and breach of public trust.
So they have nothing to. They have no evidence. They have no witnesses. They have nothing to impeach this guy with. The one job of the Speaker of the House is to be able to know how to count. You count the votes. You don't put like an impeachment for the second time in the history of the country this has ever been done where they impeached a secretary, a cabinet secretary. The last time was like in the 1800s, and like this dude was like fucking going crazy, embezzling like money and shit. Like like it was like they had to. Like and this is the only other time they don't have any fucking thing. They're like impeaching him for like enforcing the policy of the Biden administration, which is not illegal. They just like try to say it is. And then meanwhile, like there's a fucking House or the Senate has a bill ready to go for them to pass border security, which they all said they wanted, and then now they won't do it because Trump wants to argue about it during the election. It's all fucking stupid. Like this is Republican shit that they would do back in the day, except for they'd be really quiet about it, and they would like have made this all happen how it's happening, but like you wouldn't like the public wouldn't know about it, but instead
Yeah.
they're just like out there like, and they failed on the impeachment, so they would have like in the past either got the votes or it would never have come to it, and they would have just kept investigating like Benghazi
Yeah,
was like the most investigated shit, but nothing ever happened. Same fucking thing. Like that's what they would have done in the back in the day. But now they have all these idiots that got like won elections, and like they kicked all the smart people out, and so now they don't know how to fucking do what they're like. All these people who don't believe in government are now running the government, and they don't know how to run the fucking government.
And they want like sound bites and sound clips.
Yeah, and
And
it's like all like coming back in their faces. Like the Democrats are professionals, you know.
Yeah, so yeah, they're blown up. Um, they didn't want political disputes to become impeachments because that would shatter their separation of powers and invest the enforcement of the laws with the president. I mean, there's people who voted against it because they're like, this is super stupid. And of course, Johnson looks like an idiot, puts up a vote. So that's why, I mean, you can see why McCarthy was like, nah, I'm out. I'm
Oh
done.
yeah. I mean, there's so many though that have left the party, like all the like centrists, like just and then they all got because they all got primaried by crazier people, Trumpies, like back in the and now it's like it's not working out. It's like they're like here are the keys to the car, dude, and you guys can't drive it because you don't know how.
Yeah, you never took the driving class.
Yeah, you have no fucking clue
You
what you're
don't know
doing.
how to play the game. And yeah, like they're way too out in public where it's like, oh, they have secret votes. It's like, no, if that guy's there and he can vote, he can vote. It's his right to vote. That's why he was elected to his position. So you can't
Yeah.
be mad that he showed up and voted.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't count on him to get
I didn't
there.
count on him.
I put a car bomb in it. It's like these guys like are idiots.
But Scalise isn't there.
I know.
Or what's his name? Is that how I
Yeah,
pronounce his name?
yeah. That is how he is. Also, I always have to mention this. He was the one who got shot by the Bernie Sanders supporter when they were all practicing baseball.
Yeah, I remember that. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
but he's still a piece of shit.
Wow. This is like mind blowing. Speaking to reporters Tuesday morning, Mike Johnson said in the chamber did not take the move lightly. He accused Mayorkas of failing to enforce federal law blatantly, openly, willfully, and without remote remorse. It's an extreme measure, but extreme times call for extreme measures. Like, that's what I'm saying. You just want the soundbite of you saying that so you can run into political. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
If you guys want to fix it, vote. Quit trying to investigate this guy for not enforcing the laws and sign this bill to fund it and help enforce these laws. Rather than voting on a solution, you'd rather discuss about what you think is the problem.
right. So
That's
that's just how they are.
stupid.
I know.
It's so stupid.
I just hope that they get exposed to like more people than us. Like I hope that like the general public just like realizes like, oh yeah, these guys suck. They don't get shit
And
done.
it's like, oh, a lot of it is like the longer they've kept these fucking crazies in power, the worse it's done for them. It did good for them in gaining control, but they've done nothing with it.
Exactly.
And they
Because
can't
they
get.
don't know how to. They don't know what they're doing. Like MAGA Mike has never like passed a bill in his life, right? Like,
Yeah.
or no, that was what's his name, Jim Jordan.
Yeah, Jim
Who's
Jordan.
they're gonna put up there? He's been up there for like 17 years or something. He's never passed a bill.
Fucking Jim
But he
Jordan.
was gonna be Speaker of the House.
Yeah,
And
everyone's like,
I don't MAGA Mike. I don't know if he have he might have sponsored some shit. I don't know.
no, but he's onto all sorts of weird shit where it's like him and his son are like their porn accountability buddies to make sure they don't watch each other porn. Have you seen that?
Yes, we've
Where it
talked
like
about it.
reports their.
Yes, we've talked about
I
it.
know. I'm sorry.
Extensively.
I know, but then every time you bring them up, it needs to
And
be
I
brought
keep on
up.
trying to get a porn. I want you to get a porn accountability buddy with me.
No, absolutely
won't
not.
do it. You
I
won't
don't,
do it.
No, I don't want those notifications.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna be asleep.
I need your support.
No, you don't. You need someone
Your
else's.
accountability buddy.
No, talk to
on, man.
talk to the Iron Ape or somebody. Leave me the fuck out of it.
All
Last
right. Final.
last one. The National Transportation Safety Board says 4 key bolts were missing when a door flew off on Alaskan Airlines flight mid-air last month. That shit was wild. That video is crazy. It was climbing to 14,800 feet when the door plug explosively blew out and resulted in rapid depressurization. That video is wild if y'all haven't seen it. And apparently there's been a bunch of loose bolts on these 737 MAX 8 jets.
They didn't even put the bolts there though.
Yeah, those bolts were missing, but then they looked on other planes of that same model, and a lot of them had a lot of loose bolts.
Right.
Then there was another plane the other day where somebody noticed 4 missing bolts on a wing, and they made everybody get off the plane and change planes because he was like, "Hey, there's no bolts," and apparently they weren't like structurally important. But it's like, "Nah, motherfucker, I'm flying in a tube, and in the air going bajillion miles an hour.
Don't worry about it.
Give me
Extra
all
bolts. They
Give
were
me
extra bolts.
give me extra bolts. I want to put two more.
Actually, we took those bolts off because
Weld that shit. Weld that shit, bro.
it was just so you guys could fly faster, but they were extra.
I want it so tight it strips the bolts, it strips the heads of the bolt, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. But so apparently there were missing bolts on this fucking plane, and that's why the door blew off. I mean, I feel like we've seen more of these issues, whether it be like a propeller blade going through a Southwest flight, all that crazy shit. There's been a lot of
man. Nobody gives a shit about anything anymore, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on with planes right now, man. I don't fucking trust them. We had a Malaysian flight just disappear.
And well, don't be scaring the audience, dude. Like about
just
air
saying,
travel.
just saying. There's a lot of goofy shit. They need to put, like
it's way safer than driving in your car.
I mean, is that plane American made? It can't be.
Who gives a shit?
It needs to be American made. I only fly American, and that's why I fly United Emirates Air, because it's great, it's nice,
and it's Boeing.
and they build those in the USA.
That's probably true.
Yeah, probably, but
unless they're France Airbuses, it's like a duopoly.
Yeah, 346 people died in two 737 MAX 8 jet crashes in 2018 and 2019. This is a MAX 9 incident came during a congressional hearing on Capitol Hill on Tuesday.
My ex's dad got in big on Boeing after the first MAX 9 problem. It's not looking so good.
Yeah, I bet you that's plummeted.
I don't know. I haven't kept track on it. Maybe it's baked. Maybe it's gone up, dude. Fucking Wall Street.
It was a Boeing plane. I don't know. That's fucking fucked.
Right. It was like a specific manufacturer that they were like contracting out. Like they like pinned it to that place. Pinned it, no pun intended.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Nobody died, y'all. Don't worry about it.
I might just drive.
You might just drive.
Yeah, man. Fuck
Where?
It. Around the world.
Not out here, man. It's just pouring rain everywhere.
I know. Water's pouring from the sky.
20 times.
20 times all the money. All the water in Lake Ontario.
South Brains.
Oh, it's about to snow.
Yeah, down in Texas.
If you melted all the snow down and you put it in like a big pool, it'd be about 2 times the size of Lake Ontario. Oh yeah, it'd be a lot of water out here, guy.
No, 20 times the Mississippi River.
That'd be 20 times the Mississippi River.
Because the El Nino and the Gulf Streams have changed.
Then why don't y'all catch that shit? Solve the water crisis.
We can't, because this is the thing is. No.
Where you at, Newsom? Fuck Newsom, dude.
No, how our shit works is it's cold, it gets caught in snow, and then as the spring comes, it melts out, and then we can handle it. But when it's not cold enough and it just dumps on us, then there's nowhere for it to fucking go.
There's some buckets, bitch. Put some buckets out there. Catch that shit.
Dude, it's soggy. Do you know I'm the biggest proponent for the tubes that shift flood water to drought places like oil. Like we got fucking tubes shipping oil all over and natural gas all over the world. Why can't we get like tubes shipping water?
Oh God.
On Poseidon.
On Poseidon. Oh, calling out that trident, dog. Yeah, I don't know. Hurricanes are getting stronger. Planes are built worse. I don't know, man. World's going to shit.
Daiquiris, meditate, bitches.
I know poker stories this week. No, nothing good.
I went and played. Went up to 290, but before I was done stacking my chips, was at 200. Had a couple flush draws. As I was exiting, as I was putting my money in my rack, and I was waiting to the button, and by that time I exited up $15, and I left because I wanted to hit the dispensary before it closed.
Yeah, so you got a couple pre-rolls with it. Let's go, extra 15, extra 15. So I went and play some poker.
And I had a $15 off reward.
Okay, there you go. That's $30 cash money in the bank. 30 dólares para mi mota. Sí, muy bueno, papi. Perfecto. Well, that's it, man. 125. We did it.
Shout out.
Got anything else for us? All right, well, y'all be good. Stay safe. Don't get in trouble. And as always,
And we never hit record.
oh, well, someone's going to be ripping the audio from online.
I think I still have YouTube Premium. We're good.
Okay, well, love you, man. That's awesome.
You
Yeah.
know why? Because when we started, you said, shh. So
Oh, yeah,
it
but you
wasn't
can
like
hit record. You can always
I
hit
know,
record.
but it was 3 minutes before. I didn't know what was happening. All of a sudden, I heard Theo fucking Vaughn talking,
Oh, I was
and then
listening
he
to
threw
some
me
dumb
off.
clip. Yeah, making
Threw me
making fun of ambulance drivers. It was funny.
Christ.
All right, well, y'all be good. Stay safe. Go fuck yourselves.
Recording in progress.